I recently posted Bobby Shmurda, and he did an interview with Vlad TV, and in the interview, he's talking about the N word, and he says he doesn't care if his white friends say the N word. In fact, he was like, I don't even give them a pass. I just say it's just a word. I don't care if you say it. You know. So how do you feel about his statements towards the N word and all that?
I'm the same person. I don't
Yeah.
know about that. It depends on how it's anything like. It depends on how you say it or how you use it. You heard?
Okay.
So if my white boys like, what up my nigga? What up my nigga? Like,
Yeah.
But if I go in his crib and his father like, you got these niggas in my house, that's different. Like, whoa, you heard? But
Yeah.
if his pops, even his pops like, what up my nigga? What up? Like
Yeah.
if that's how he like, it's regular shit. Oh, this stupid ass nigga. That's is regular. But if you using it as like a racial slur,
Yeah, then
I think that's for anybody. But it's like, cause I feel like that's like, bro, like come on, bro. The N word, the white person can't say my nigga. Is this an issue?
Yeah, yeah.
You heard?
I wonder.
But this nigga, your man over here could tell on all these niggas over here and come run off with the pack and come back to the block. But the white boy can't say my nigga.
Yeah. But you know, people were kind of like, I feel two ways about it. Like, kind of like, he has a song called Hot, you know, and you can't tell the crowd, like, yo, y'all can't say this.
Yeah, I ain't thinking about that. Hell,
You know what I'm
stop.
saying?
Everybody stop.
Yeah, y'all wildin'. Most of the people who go to shows are Caucasian. I believe the percentage is like 70 something. I know he's probably hanging around he's probably hanging around a lot of white people doing shows, going all around the world and all that. But for the people who have been, they probably have a grandmother, grandfather, who probably is still alive and been through, they went through the civil rights movement, went through all those things, or great grandparent or whatever, anybody. Do you feel like they have a reason to be upset at what Bobby said?
All our family went through that shit. You heard?
Yeah.
So it's like they have rights, but it's like, you gonna fight every white person that be like, yeah, what's good, my nigga? Or, you know that, like, you feel what I'm trying to say? What
Yeah.
about they don't know their history or nothing? They grew up in the hood. They grew up. So it's like, then it's like people that be around, them people that saying that, even if they they probably don't got white friends or been around white people that they feel like, nah, I'm not jacking that, or I'm gonna feel away. But it's like,
Yeah.
bro, you feel that way, go protest or go do something about it. Like,
Yeah,
you feel me? But it's
yeah.
like, I respect it, but it's like, it's a word, gang. It's like,
Yeah. It's
in Texas be wherever that Dallas, they be like, what? Oh no, not Dallas. But they be coach at the what up, hey,
yeah.
hey. So
Yeah.
you feel me? You can't say that in New York to certain people,
Yeah.
but out there they feel like this is a word. This is what we say. I feel like they just called you a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
what you trying to say?
You know, I look at it two ways, because part of me, I feel like, how I feel is like, I don't really care who says the N word. I'm gonna be honest. However, I realize that as a community, we gotta defend the people who do care, and that's the reason why. That's the only reason why I care
Respectfully.
about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be an old lady who feel like, young man, you might not care about it, but that word means a lot to me. So now I would defend her because of what she's saying. Not
Yeah,
that I
would
give a
too.
damn.
I would too.
Word, you know what I'm saying?
I would too.
But I feel like I feel like if Bobby had a chance to go into detail, maybe he would have explained it better. But he went on how he felt about it. You know what I'm saying? Which most of us do. But I feel like when you start, when they start playing some of these movies, you're like, yo, you know what, son? It's up with whoever. But this brings an interesting question, and this is what I ask people. When you in certain states, right? Let's say you get locked up. There's certain white people, if they saying that word, they gonna step behind that. Like, they're not gonna be like, oh, you're not gonna tell them don't say the word, and then they're gonna be like, all right, no problem, I'm sorry.
That's why you got to be ready. If you if you want that headache to be.
Yeah, I want to know if the person is not willing to stop.
That's like if you walking with your kids or you walking somewhere you doing something. You hear a white boy be like, yeah, this got me mad. You
Yeah.
gonna stop what you doing, but like, yo, what the?
Yeah, I do question that. Would people who have an issue with that word go far?
Because nobody want like a issue for no reason. Because you don't know what this person could do. Vice versa, if a person be like this cracker, You think a white person gonna stop and be like, hey, you shouldn't use that word cracker and ooh, you heard? And then because you don't know what this into, they gonna just keep you pushing like, oh, he's wilding.
Yeah. I feel, and that's how I feel too. I feel like more so what Bobby is saying, like probably it is a bad. Yeah, obviously we know it's a horrible word, but I also feel like we got to stop using it too. But I ain't gonna misdirect the conversation.
The red, blue, and the blue, and the green, and the bees.
Or I'm gonna say I feel like it is, but I want us to grow past certain things and just don't go throw your life away because someone said that word, and then now you in a situation.
Then you in a generation where don't care, because you might be a lady, or somebody might say something to a white person and be like, oh, you said, and now they fighting, tussling. Another African American or whatever gonna sit there and back their phone up.
Yeah.
They're not gonna help you.
You're supposed to jump in. You're supposed to help.
But it's not this. So why would you? This world we living in, you gotta know how to fight or flight. A situation like that is a flight. Or every time you heard, if you're not like, even if a nigga comes like, you fucking nigga to me, it's like, I
think for a second I would be like, yo, what?
Yeah, like of course, but it's like you gotta. That's when your grown man kicking. You gotta know like, you gonna take it there and leave. This is a Caucasian male. You got felonies.
Yeah.
You from trying to say you don't know how this shit gonna play out, what you gonna do? Because these the same that could call you and spit on you, whatever. Not saying I'm not gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
But could sit there and tell the cops like, yeah, he did it and he did it. And he don't got a record and he don't got nothing. He's just off work drunk and you got a record and they, even if they let you go, you still got to go through the process. Who want to do it? Like I'm like this. I'm going the other way. Like, I'm big on that. Like I know how to fight or flight. You heard? I know how to pick my battles. You heard? When they come to civilians, like certain people in the streets. You know what I'm trying to say?
Gotcha. And I think what we're discussing here is less about the word and more about you as a mature person letting things go, letting things slide. It's more so about that. That's where I think a lot of us are going with it. But I'll ask this, because you said with civilians. Now, in the streets, we kind of going against our kind. You know what I'm saying? Do you give that same grace for our kind?
Yeah, because it's like, it's fight or flight. I'm not sitting here saying like, that's like if I'm walking, I'm in somewhere out in public or some shit. I see somebody. And it's like, he could be super on that, right? But I gotta sit here and think like, I'm doing the same type of time, but it's like I gotta think for both of us. Once I see you overly on that, of course I'm gonna protect myself, but I gotta think now. It's cameras here, it's this. But if I could get out the situation without taking it there, I'm gonna try to get out the situation. But if I can't get out the situation, I'm gonna have to protect myself. But if I could sit here and see it, and it's like we in public and it's a side door and I could, you feel me? You could call me pussy, bitch, or whatever.
Yeah, and I
call
get
me
it.
free and alive. You heard?
Call me free and alive.
That's it. That's it. You heard? That's it. That's how it's gonna go. Maybe if I gotta run, I might have to grab on me too. But I see we in public as people. He just ready to crash. I ain't ready to crash right now. You heard?
Yeah.
I gotta. But if it's a situation where it could,
it is what it is.